Hello, and thank you for taking the time to watch this short overview on the bottle filler fundraising program offered to you by Haws Corporation. The quick agenda that we're going to go through is how the program works overall, what are the pricing options and additional product accessories, what's already included in the program, the different product options for the bottle fillers as well as the bottles. Then we'll talk about the customization piece, that we have customization options not only for the Nalgene reusable bottles, but for the bottle filler as well. And then we'll dive into some of the questions that we receive often regarding this program. And then we'll tell you the next steps on how to start your own fundraising program. So a little bit of background. In 1906, Haws invented the drinking fountain. So we have been working on this type of hydration product for a very long time. In 2010, we actually were the first company to come out with the modern bottle filler that you're seeing here. So we've been in this space for a very long time. So with this fundraising program, your group, your school, your organization is easily able to raise funds to earn your own bottle filling station. These bottle fillers in particular offer advanced filtration and are a sustainable option for your school or your organization. So this is a very high-level overview of the way the program works, just to give you a general idea. First, you send in the order form, then you will receive and install your new bottle filler. Within a couple weeks, you'll receive your customized Nalgene bottles, and you can begin selling those. Then you will take the proceeds from the bottle sales and pay for the bottle filler and the bottles. So in the end, the idea is that there are no out-of-pocket costs for this program, that the funds you raise will cover the cost of the program. So the cost breakdown, we are offering these Hydration by Haws bottle fillers for $1,550. If you were to go onto our website, you'll probably see a price of over $2,000. But because you came through this fundraising program, we are offering an extreme discount of $1,550. If you were to order 300 customized Nalgene bottles at $4.45 each, the cost would be $1,335. So the total cost of the program is going to be $2,885. We'll dive a little more into the bottle options. You can order more or less than 300, and we have many different options that are at different price points. But we decided to pick a generic bottle, the 32-ounce wide mouth, for this costing breakdown so you're able to see how it works from a high level. On the revenue side, we recommend that you sell each of those bottles at about $10. That's going to give you $3,000 in revenue. And then you separate the costs and you end up with some remaining revenue in which you can do whatever you would like with those dollars, whether it's towards the installation, towards replacement filters, or just to save up. What's really neat about this program is that we extend 90-day terms for you to pay. So you'll receive the bottle filler and your bottles, begin selling, and from the day that the orders were placed is when the 90 days begin. So at the 90-day point, that just means that those invoices are due for payment. It does not mean you need to stop selling the bottles. If you didn't sell them all, it just means the invoices are due. We'll get into that in the FAQs. If you decided that you wanted to pay for the bottle filler right away with a credit card or check, meaning that you do have some additional funds or you've got a different account elsewhere and not just needing to do the fundraising, we'll give you $100 off of the unit. Here are some of the optional accessories for the bottle filler. You can order our HCR8 remote chiller. What that's going to do is give you chilled water. Lots of times we see schools and organizations install the bottle filler above or near an existing drinking fountain. That existing drinking fountain may already have chilled water, so you can just tap into that water line and you'll be providing chilled water to the bottle filler as well. Or if you are okay with the ambient temperature that's running through your water lines, there's no need for a chiller. This is really just an extra added perk if you'd like chilled water. The Model 6423 is our replacement filter. And then we have our mounting frames that you can see in the picture over here. The chiller, if you're to order the chiller, it does need to be up off the ground. And so there are a couple different options. One is to order this mounting frame. You can see there's a little shelf in the back to allow the chiller to be up off the floor. And then there's also an easy access panel on the front that can be removed if the chiller needs to be accessed for maintenance or any other reason. You can also put the chiller up in the ceiling. You could have the chiller out underneath the bottle filler but that is exposed and it could be damaged by students or staff or equipment and whatnot. So it's much better to have it protected behind this mounting frame. So how it works, the bottle filler approximate shipping is $70 depending on location. We, Haws, will be shipping the bottle filler directly to you, and we are located in the Reno, Tahoe, Northern Nevada area. So if you happen to be out of California, we've seen anywhere from $20 to $30 for shipping since you are closer to us. And then I've seen up to $70 towards the East Coast. This is just for the bottle filling station. It does not include if you add on the remote chiller or the mounting frame. That will increase the shipping costs. Already includes your first filter, so you don't have to worry for 2,500 gallons or at least within a year to replace that filter. But of course, you can order them ahead of time and have some in stock if you'd like. So the bottle pricing, the individual bottle pricing for that example that we used earlier was $4.45. That already includes a one color logo printed on each bottle. And you'll provide us that logo. We've got some logo requirements that I can get into a little more detail here in a second. It also already includes shipping to one location, so there will not be additional shipping. You get to pick the bottle color, you get to pick the cap color, and you get to pick the logo color, and they can all be different. So we have two different product options for the Hydration by Haws bottle fillers. One is our Model 2000 SMS. That is our surface mounted unit. That unit is going to be installed onto the wall. So it will be out about 2 to 3 inches off of the wall. It does require an electrical connection and a water connection. The Model 2000S is the same unit, but it's actually recessed in the wall, so that'll require cutting into the wall. Majority of the time, specifically with this school fundraising program, we see the Model 2000 SMS ordered most because a lot of schools may have cement or brick walls that are going to be really hard to tap into, to cut into to put this unit in there. Moving on to some of the customization options. For the bottle filler itself, we actually have 3 different logo options, and that'll be something you'll need to identify on the order form as to which one you would like. The first option is our Hydration by Haws logo. You can see that in the top left image. That is our own logo that is already laser etched onto some of our back panels. That's only a 5 to 7 day lead time from the day that you place the order. Option number 2 is to have no logo, a nice, clean, aesthetically pleasing look. That's also a 5 to 7 day lead time. The third option is really unique. We can offer you to put your own custom logo laser etched onto the back panel of your bottle filler. We're also offering this at no additional cost. The one thing to take into account, though, is it is a 3 to 5 week lead time, as we will be getting the logo from you. Talked about earlier some logo requirements. We do require, because this is being laser etched onto a stainless steel back panel, it needs to be a single color original vector format. A .ai Adobe Illustrator file is preferred. Definitely needs to be high resolution. A JPEG is acceptable if you're not able to find a vector file. Moving on to some of the bottle options, you can see obviously there's a handful of different sizes and styles here. These are just 4 examples of past groups that have gone through the program. You can see they're picking all different bottle colors with different logo colors and different lid colors. They get to put their logo on it. Sometimes schools like to put this little white property of bar so the students can write their name in Sharpie. One thing that's also really unique is the logo that you choose for the bottle filler, if you decide to do the custom option, doesn't have to be the same as the water bottle logo. So those can be different. As mentioned earlier, we have 12 to 15 different bottle options. And again, here are just 6 that I'm showing you, but you'll have the opportunity to choose more than that. It identifies the different sizes, whatever the type is, and then the different quantity breaks. So if you were to only order 120 of the 16-ounce wide mouth bottle, the one at the top that we're seeing, each bottle is going to be $4.27. Again, as you move up in quantity, you get a higher discount on the bottles. And down in the bottom right, you're seeing all of the different lid colors. The order form will ask you to choose the bottle color, the cap color, and the logo color, and quantities and bottle type. So this is what the order form looks like in a little more detail. We're going to ask you to fill in who the main contact person is. That would be you, I would assume, your fundraising group name, and some contact information. And then where it's going to be shipped to, where it's going to be installed, and who the school maintenance contact person will be. And then right about the middle of the order form is where we're going to ask you to select your model for your bottle filler. So it's either the 2000S recessed or the 2000 SMS surface mounted units. And then we have the different logo options, whether it's the Hydration by Haws logo, no logo, or you wanted to do the custom logo, in which we also need you to provide the logo to us when you're sending in this order form. And then over to the right, you have your different Nalgene bottle color options. There are only 2, 4, 6, 8 options shown here. Each bottle has different color options. So on that bottle options form, you can actually click on the bottle and it'll hyperlink over to that product page on the Nalgene website and show you all of the bottle options. So if on this order form, on the Haws order form, you're not seeing that color, you can always just write it over on the side. Then we need you to identify the bottle type, whether it's wide mouth, narrow mouth, on the go, on the fly. You had seen all the different options on the slide prior. Identify the lid color, identify the logo color, and again, provide that logo if it is different than what you want on the bottle filler. And then give us the quantity of the bottles and what that total price will be based on the quantity and the bottle type that you picked. Then right below the model selection, we'd also like you to plug in the quantity of bottle fillers you would like and whatever the price is, based on if you're going to take advantage of the 90-day terms or if you wanted to pay ahead and get that $100 discount. Right next to it, we need you to identify how you would like to pay, whether it's via credit card, check, or take advantage of the 90-day terms. Below that is the optional accessories, the chiller, additional replacement filters, or the mounting frame, and then just sign that and send that over to Holly. We'll give you some contact information at the end of this presentation. On the back of the order form is much more detail on the requirements for the custom logo, just not only for the bottle filler, but for the bottles as well. The better the logo you give us, the better it's going to turn out. Here's some frequently asked questions. How long does it take to receive the bottle filler and the bottles? The bottle filler depends. Again, we had those different lead times. If you do no logo or the Hydration by Haws logo, it'll be 5 to 7 days from the day that you place the order. If you're going to take advantage of the custom logo bottle filler, that's going to be a 3 to 5 week lead time. The bottles, from the day that the order is placed, and I send that over to the company called Teamworld, which is the company that prints the logo on the Nalgene bottles, they take up to 3 business days to send me a bottle proof, in which we then send over to you for approval. Once we get the approval from you, the bottle printing and delivery takes anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. They are based out of Rochester, New York. So if you are on the East Coast, it could be closer to the 2 weeks. If you are on the West Coast, it could be closer to the 3 weeks. Is installation of the unit included in the program? It is not. So my recommendation is to visit our website and check out the 2 installation manuals. There's an installation guide for each of the product options, each of the bottle filler options, and maybe send that over to your school maintenance contact and see if that's something they're going to be able to install themselves, so you won't have to hire anybody to come in and do that for you. If they are unable to, I would reach out to a local plumber and get a quote. Can I purchase more or less than 300 bottles? Absolutely. We chose 300 bottles to ensure that if you were to sell them at $10, that you would generate enough revenue to cover the cost. So that's a baseline. You can absolutely order more and either still sell them at $10, or you can sell them at a lower price point, but still ensure that you're covering the full cost of the program. You can always order less as long as it's the minimum order quantity of that bottle type, which was the first quantity break. So on that first example, we saw 120. You can't order any less than 120 for that particular bottle. How often do I need to change the filter? Our filters are good for 2,500 gallons of water used. On the unit itself, on the bottle filler itself, on the outside, we have a filter indicator light. And so when the unit is being used and water is flowing and the filter indicator light is flashing green, that means that the filter is good to go. If it starts to flash yellow, that means that a filter replacement is needed soon. If it begins to flash red, it will actually cut off water stream and is pretty much telling you you need to replace the filter now. The reason we did this is there are many bottle fillers out there in the industry that don't have that automatic shut off when the filter is bad and nobody is changing it out. They are constantly providing not very good unfiltered water. So that's a requirement of this product, is to make sure that that filter is replaced when its usage has been fulfilled. So I said 2,500 gallons. It's also or once per year. So if you're not using all 2,500 gallons within a year, we do recommend that you at least change it once per year. When will I be invoiced? You'll actually be receiving 2 separate invoices. This is a big part of this program that gets a little confusing, but you'll receive one invoice from Haws, and that is going to be for the bottle filler and any of the additional accessories, including more filters, the mounting frame, or the chiller. That should be sent out to you right away, right when the order is put in. Again, you can hang on to that invoice and it's not due for 90 days. The other invoice will come from Teamworld, which again is that company that prints the logo on the Nalgene bottles. And they also do the same. They will mail the invoice with the bottles, and that invoice is not due for 90 days. The last frequently asked question, what if we don't sell the bottles in 90 days? So 90 days is just the day that the invoices are due. You can continue to sell the bottles as long as you need to. But in the past, I haven't heard often that the school or the organization isn't able to sell all 300 bottles within that time frame in order to use the funds to pay for the invoices. As long as you've generated some interest and excitement, and the students are aware and the faculty is aware, and maybe you set up a program or marketing, just try to set yourself up for success in order to be able to sell all those bottles within the time frame. So the next step would be to visit our website at www.hawshydration.com. In the top right corner, there's a big blue button that says fundraising. You'll want to fill out that form. And what's going to happen is we'll send you an email that has everything that was in this presentation in a synopsis. It'll include a link to the order form, a link to a case study where a school has done this program in the past. It'll also have a link to that bottle options document that'll allow you to peruse the different bottle options, the colors, and the pricing. And then that order form will give you directions on how to submit everything, the order form, including your logos as well. If you have any questions, Holly Tracy with Haws is the main contact. Her preferred method of contact is via email. You can email her at hollyt@hawsco.com, or you may call her at 775-353-8419. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this overview, and we look forward to working on this program with you.